You're listening to Plus Size Divas with Deanna and Carmen.
Hello, every worthy, unique, beautiful body out there. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Carmen Renee, aka Eat the Cake 2.
Yeah, I love how you say it the same way every week, and it makes me laugh so hard. I am Deanna at Deanna Baumchica, and together we are the Plus Size Divas.
We're so happy to be here another week. I want to make sure you guys are following us on all of our platforms. On Instagram and Twitter at 2 Plus Size Divas, on Facebook and YouTube at The Plus Size Divas. Make sure you're subscribing. If you've missed any episodes, check them out. And thank you, baby Jesus. I literally just got here 3 minutes ago. This has never happened. This has never happened.
So much traffic, the joys of living in LA.
I'm a little frazzled, but we're going to make it.
Okay, listen, today we have, I'm very excited about our guest, Sierra Nielse. If you don't, our screen just went blank. If you don't know who she is, you must follow her. She's going to give you all the info in a second. But I just want to throw out the number to call in and talk to us. Yes. If you've got questions for Sierra, questions for us, you want to talk about something, whatever, 818-570-5085, 570-5085. But she is a self-love transformation. I love that.
Thanks.
Transformation coach. We're going to talk about everything that you do. And we're going to get into some real hot diggity damn on just the self-love tip. But I want to kind of start with our gossip.
Okay.
Do you mind?
No.
Because
wait, can Sierra just say hi to everyone?
Oh yeah, Sierra, you can totally say hi.
Hey guys, it's Sierra. So happy to be here.
Wave over there. Real quickly, tell everybody where they can follow you.
So all my handles online are just at Sierra Nielsen, or you can go to sierranielsen.com to get all of my info as well.
Nielsen.
S-E-N.
And there's an E in the Sierra, 2 R's.
Yes.
S-I-E-R-R-A. I struggled with that a
Yeah,
little. I was
everyone
like,
spells it wrong. It's okay.
I was like, how am I doing this? Okay, you guys, I was really excited about our gossip today because
I wish we had something to really sip.
Well, we do. We have water. Shut up and be happy. I got you a bottle of water, late ass.
My margarita.
Yeah, right? That's margarita flavored water. So Sesame Street, a long time. Did you hear about this?
No.
A long time. And I want to talk about this. I want to talk about this because I'm struggling with it a little. And, you know, I hope I don't get yelled at for the struggle. But a long time writer for Sesame Street confirmed today that Bert and Ernie are indeed, and always have been, homosexual.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
They've always been a couple, and it was confirmed today. It was like, yep, it's the truth, it's whatever. And it's like, part of me is like, okay, like, awesome.
Yeah.
And then part of me was like, I watched that when I was like 2 or 3 or 4. Like, do I need to know that? Like, do I need? But then I was like, well, yeah, I do. Like, my mind has changed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, my mind has changed, whereas before, I won't lie, I'm very transparent. Probably 2 years ago, I would have been like, you know, that's fine. If you want to be gay, and like, be gay and be in a couple, and like, that's great, and adopt kids and do all that stuff. But like, listen, like, leave it out of, you know, kiddie TV.
Yeah.
And now part of me is, no, all of me is like, no, I mean, there's mom and mom relationships. There's dad and dad relationships.
Yeah. I
there's
think the earlier they're exposed to it, the better. We don't need to shield them from any of that.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is the world that we live in now with acceptance. And
Right. And I think, like, I just think of it as, you know, we talk about when I was a little kid, like, how amazing would it have been to see somebody like me on TV, you know, on the magazine covers. And it's like, I think the same way. If you are, I just, you know, I personally feel like if you are gay, or, you know, you probably or start to know or have some type of feelings at a young age. And it's like, why not have somebody or, you know,
an example of that.
An example, yeah.
I think know that that's okay.
Exactly.
At a young age.
I mean, I'm sure it's just I think it's confusing to be anything besides a quote unquote norm. You know what I mean?
Right.
So why not have examples available? I mean,
and I love that example. Like you said, if we had people that looked like us where we didn't, you know.
So I love how, you know, this comes up a lot, and it's well, doing this is, encouraging kids to want to be gay. And I just think that I don't see it like that, but I would like to hear somebody's argument on that. So if you're listening and you feel that way, please call in, because I think it's a great conversation to have.
Well, that's like saying being body positive and being who we are is encouraging people, like,
well, they do say that to be fat.
Yeah, it's like
literally
right.
Click on any picture.
Yeah, it's like, but it's funny. It's kind of like because like I haven't struggled with this my entire life.
Yeah.
Like you're right. Like this is this is what I want. I'm like I'm gonna just eat every cheeseburger I can because that's what you think.
Also, today is National Cheeseburger Day.
What? Oh my God, I'm getting a cheeseburger after this. Absolutely.
Is it really?
You
would know that
I
information.
I didn't know that. Kahari knew that. My boyfriend knew
can't
that.
stand
you. Never gains a pound in his life.
Oh,
he's
right.
like, we're going to get cheeseburgers. I'm like,
okay,
that's
nice.
Protein style
male hormones.
I love that your reaction was what your reaction was, because the reason why I did fall in love with you initially was I was like, I saw your slam on flat tummy tea.
Oh, gosh,
I saw that and I was like, we look at you and we're like, man, she's an ally. She looks like that, but she's an ally, and she's educated in this realm. And we're so happy to have you on here, not only because you're doing the self-love thing, but because you are a friend in the body positivity thing. And you sitting there when she said that, nodding your head like that is the stupidest shit I've ever heard. I loved that because people could get judgmental of you and go, she looks like that. She doesn't know what it's about.
I can't even tell you how many messages I get when I talk about body positivity, and people just constantly tell me, well, of course it's easy for you to say that because you look like the way that you do.
Right.
And I just want to spread the message. It doesn't matter what you look like. We're all struggling. We're all having a really tough time looking in the mirror and genuinely smiling at what's looking back at us.
Yeah. Right.
It doesn't matter what size you are. Like, you could be rail thin, and which is what so many people attain to be, and that's just crazy.
Right.
And that doesn't mean that you're happy.
Nope.
And all the flat tummy teas and the skinny lollipops and all of that are essentially just laxatives.
Right.
They're promoting like, okay, once you have this tiny tummy, you're going to be happy, and that's not what happiness is about at all.
Well, and they're also promoting an unrealistic, portrayal of how to get a flat tummy.
For sure.
It's not by taking I call it poop tea.
Yeah, it is poop tea. But even their lollipops, their whole slogan, got cravings, tell them to suck it. No, eat.
Right.
Your cravings are there for a reason.
No, I love you post a lot about that. I love your side by sides.
Yeah.
It's like I just was looking at one today. It's like, need to I think it was like you ate a bad all weekend, like you need to cleanse, and you're like holding lettuce and water, and you're like, no, actually you need to cleanse, and you're like holding a bunch of clean foods. Like that's one of my topics for you is the importance of almost like more is better.
Yeah, it is.
As long as it's the right thing.
Yeah, right. And that's the thing. It's teaching people. It's educating people on how to actually be healthy.
Right.
It's not starving yourself. It's not just eating lettuce and chicken breasts and water and going to the gym twice a day. I mean, I know because I lived that life. When I first started getting into training, before I was a personal trainer, when I got into fitness, I did like an 8-week fitness challenge with all the women at my gym, and it was grueling, and my whole life revolved around it, and I got in really great shape. Lost of weight, but I came out of it and I was so unhappy, and I was picking myself apart more than I ever was. I was more self-conscious, and it was because it was all focused on the way that I looked. And it was that moment, and then losing my mom to cancer, that really just woke me up. Like, I really need to learn how to actually take care of myself, because this body is such a beautiful gift, and I'm abusing it.
Right.
I'm not treating it with the care it needs, and I realized, I started becoming a personal trainer and a sports nutritionist, and I just realized how little knowledge there is out there on how to actually be healthy, and people are just confused. So it's like, how do we teach them the right ways without the waist trainers and the skinny teas and all this stuff? Because that's
Can I attest to the fact that when did I start? Like maybe 6 days ago, but I was feeling cruddy. I'm very active, but I wasn't working out with the intensity that I was ever working out before. Like I'm very, she'll tell you, I'm doing laundry.
She goes nonstop. Like she never sits down.
I'm always
also not a good thing.
But there's a difference
between that and
dedicating
time,
half an hour, an hour to yourself.
Right.
I think.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know, to do something.
And so 6 days ago, I started with just, I live in a very hilly region. The route I take is incline. It was also about 3.5 miles.
That's amazing.
And so every day, except for Sunday,
Yeah.
I've worked out. We went to Vegas. I hit the gym while I was there. You know, I did 10 miles on the bike one day,
Yeah.
like whatever. But I have to tell you, in just, I might have lost a pound if
Yeah.
you're lucky. But my point is, like, just in that
in
6
6
days.
days, by the way, that's amazing.
Yeah. But,
Yeah.
well, I was also eating like shit too. So I've modified that a bit too. Like, I'm adding that to it. But, cause I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm going to take better care of myself overall.
Yeah.
So I've been trying to put good stuff into my body. But with that, I didn't lose a crap load of weight, but just I feel so great. Like, I feel so good that I got up and I took that walk, and I've been holding myself accountable by going onto Instagram Live and being like,
Yeah.
hey, if you're on this journey with me, like, message me, let me know how it's going. If
Yeah.
you need to be inspired, here I am. But like, I go on to be accountable.
That's so courageous,
to be
though, and you're
accountable.
inspiring so many people.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I get messages
Yeah.
all day, believe it or not, since I've been doing it, messages all day long of people being like, I needed to hear that today, Deanna.
Yeah.
I'm starting to. My friend Vanessa, you know, workout done today. Like, and I'm so psyched for her.
Yeah.
You know, like, people I know, people I don't know, but just what you said, it isn't about how you look. It's actually about how you feel.
Once you start focusing on that, everything will change.
Yeah.
100%.
And I feel really good. And I
Yeah.
actually feel sexy. And again, the cellulite hasn't dissolved from my body.
My
The-
cellulite will never dissolve.
Can we talk about that?
I mean, I literally, I posted a photo to show that I have cellulite and bruises and all this stuff, and I got so much hate.
Why?
Oh, because I have a aged banana body, like all of this
What-
stuff.
what?
So it doesn't matter what size you are. You're gonna, you know, that's why it's so important for us to have radical self-awareness.
Right.
And that's one of my biggest things, to understand who we are, what's important to us, to understand that we are so much more than our bodies.
Yes.
And we are not defined by our bodies. Yeah, I mean, especially as a trainer, I actually, the past 4 months, and this goes into why it's not just training, it's not just eating. For me, the bigger aspect is your mental and your emotional aspect of what you're dealing with. And I had to stop training because I was on the brink of an autoimmune disease, because I was dealing with so much stress in my life, and my body was just basically shutting down. I'd had these issues after I lost my mom. And then the past couple of years, I've been in a really toxic, unhealthy relationship, and it was just wearing me down. So I was literally at the point where my doctor told me, you need to stop working out. Because people have to realize, when you're working out, you're stressing your body. When you're in the gym lifting weights, you're literally tearing your muscles. So if you're not taking the time to recover, and that means sleep, hydration, nutrition, and trying to de-stress as much as you possibly can, you're just doing yourself a disservice. So it's a holistic approach. So you can't just focus on, okay, I'm going to work out, I'm going to forget about the emotional aspect, and I'm going to forget about the nutrition aspect. It has to be a 360 holistic approach. And that's really what my entire program and my mission is about. But a lot of it's digging in deeper and you know, pulling up all of those negative self-beliefs that you have about yourself, all the stressors, you know, to really alleviate all of that, because that's doing much more damage to your body than what you're putting in it nutrition-wise.
Yes, absolutely. So the stress is a big thing.
Yeah.
You know,
so what is your advice, you know, for, I think right now, like, that's where I'm at, where I'm back working out. I'm really, really struggling to get my eating back under control. And like, I still feel stressed to the max.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And before, I feel like it was so much easier for me to feel really good, and I, you know, I felt like I was on the right track as far as eating, which was, you know, I know it's all connected. Like, when I cut out certain foods, like, it definitely affects
Sugar.
how I feel mentally. And physically, but honestly, like, right now, so much more important for me is mental.
Yeah. There's a lot of foods that can cause you to be super lethargic and depressed, and I don't think people realize that.
What are they?
Let's talk about it.
A lot of sugar,
Carbs,
refined carbs.
Yeah.
Sugar and refined carbs are our true enemy,
Like,
and we
right.
have to try and get rid of those as much as
Yes.
possible for so many different reasons. So my thing that I really try to get people to do is, and also, so right now, I would say when I sit down and work with people, their diet is mostly refined carbs and meat. And meat consumption is also an issue. You know, we're I feel like for the past few years, everyone's been pushing protein. We're on protein overload, and most of the protein sources out there are not even that great. So for me, it's how do we get you to be more plant-based? So how do we get you to eat more things that come from the ground? How do veggies? So for me, that's every single meal. most people are eating maybe 2 a day, 2 servings of veggies a day, when you technically need like 9 to 12. So it's a lot, and those are the nutrients that are going to make you feel good. They're going to give you energy, the vitamins, the minerals, all the phytochemicals, all that good stuff that's going to help you feel good. The refined carbs, when I say refined carbs, I mean anything that's like any packaged food for the most part, any like white breads, crackers, chips, all of that stuff. There's literally no nutritional value for you there. And all it's doing is causing massive insulin spikes, and that's causing you to burn and crash all the time. Your energy's down. You'll have foggy brain. You can literally get depressed from eating that stuff.
Yeah,
so
we had a family therapist who actually like told one of my family members, stop eating this. This is what is causing your depression.
Wow.
And we're prone to anxiety and depression.
Food
on
is
my
so
mom's side of the
powerful.
family.
Yeah.
Wow. I have to tell you, one of the changes that I've made in my diet since I've been doing this is instead of bread at all, I've got like wheat tortillas. And I've been like putting,
It's still gluten though.
It's still, so wheat is very dangerous in the U.S. So
what about like even just like you know what I mean?
Corn
like
tortilla?
No, not corn, but like
corn is also
flour
very
tortilla.
bad.
It's just
Flour.
flour.
If you're gonna eat something wheat, make sure it's sprouted grains.
Yes.
So truthfully, if you're gonna, like, I eat Ezekiel bread, even though I should be avoiding gluten myself, because it is actually very inflammatory, and a lot of people are coming up with leaky gut syndromes more and more because of eating stuff like gluten. I would say definitely have that in moderation, but I will still have sprouted grains.
Okay.
So when you're going to have grains or wheat, make sure it's sprouted, make sure it's 100%. If you're going to have whole wheat, 100% whole wheat. If you look on the nutrition label, if that's not the first ingredient, it's not 100%
really
whole wheat. Yeah.
See, like here I am thinking, oh, I'm cutting out bread and I'm just gonna have this tortilla because I put like romaine lettuce and like a couple pieces of turkey and like wrap it up with some avocado and eat that.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's confusing. It's so confusing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I don't know. I feel like gluten is my worst enemy.
It is for a lot of people.
So
it is. I would say you're safer to focus on. And one of my good girlfriends, Kelly Levesque, she's a nutritionist, and she has a book called Body Love, which is a great resource for anyone that's interested in nutrition, but really focusing on protein, fat, fiber, and greens, and that's kind of what she calls her Fab Four. I think that I think that carbs and those healthy breads are good in moderation, but they can still be very inflammatory.
So Ezekiel's
and very addictive.
Very
it's because
addictive.
you're getting sugar spikes, and what's actually happening in your body is when you have something that's a carb or a sugar, your insulin spikes, and insulin's job is to go find sugar and to carry it to the places it needs to go. So, but insulin will stay in your body for 6 to 8 hours. So if you eat something and then it's taken all the sugar to where it needs to go, that insulin is still floating. Sorry, this is like very like medical, but this is just explaining what happens so you understand. Then you crave sugar because that insulin's in there looking for sugar and it can't find it. So then your body's like, oh, I gotta go get more sugar so this insulin can do its work. So it's that's why you have sugar cravings most of the time.
So what type of sugar or how much sugar are you,
She's like
would
none.
you be comfortable with?
She's like, how about none?
Listen, there's natural sugars in so many things.
Fruit.
In vegetables. Fruit, I say limit to once a day because fruit can, if you have it at every meal, most women should stick to 25 grams of sugar a day. Okay. Men, 30.
So that's literally, by the way, that's literally the keto diet because that's all you're supposed to have on keto. Well,
that's
25
carbs.
grams. Oh.
This is different.
Oh, okay. This is sugar.
Yeah.
25 grams.
Yeah.
Yeah, sugar is
added
bad.
sugar. Carbs
Sugar's
is very
the devil.
different. Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's carbs in, if you're eating a
Everything,
plant-based
my
diet,
gosh.
whatever, you're getting tons of carbs. Very different. Keto diet is very difficult. I don't recommend it for most people. Women, not long term. It'll really mess up your hormones.
That's what
It's
I
very, it's good if you want to just shed some weight quick. And guys, their bodies will handle it easier than ours. But again, it's all about balance. That's just not a sustainable life. All of these diets.
Use the D word ever. Like,
I know. Let's just
find
create
a
a healthy lifestyle. Yeah.
And that's the thing is that I think that there are so many. You watch the news or you watch TV and you watch these commercials and they sell health, like these granola bars and these grain bar and all these bars, and it's like it's
just
fucking
marketing.
garbage.
Yeah.
Have you picked up one of those granola bars? They're
so
garbage.
bad.
They're horrible.
Pretty much, there are no bars that are good for you. I steer clear of the bar.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
So I'm saying whole foods as much as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's the trick.
But do you understand, like, for people watching right now, I hope people are out there getting an education that you are sold that you're getting nutrients. You're sold that you're getting something that's good for your body, and you're not. It's actually probably making you fatter or more unhealthy.
Well, I think it's confusing your body. I think that's what we're constantly doing, is confusing our bodies, and then that's how we end up with the yo-yo diets or
all the
you know
hormonal
what I mean?
issues,
like
the fatigue issues. Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about this. I don't know, tell me if it's no. But a lot of doctors have been, like, I feel like digging a little bit deeper to find out why it's so hard for certain people to lose weight, where it's not necessarily just this is what you have to eat, and this is, it's deeper than that. It's a hormonal issue. Like
Genetic?
it's a chemical
Genetic issues,
issue. So I think, and Deanna and I can speak from experience on this. It's very frustrating to think that you're doing everything right and still not be able to lose weight.
Well, that's the thing.
Results.
There's no right for everyone. It is. Nutrition and health our bodies are the most complex things in the world. And I agree with you. I actually started seeing a functional medicine doctor. I saw him last year and then have been working with him for a year. And yeah, I have certain genes. Like I'm not supposed to have saturated fats, and I didn't know that because I have the Alzheimer's heart disease gene. I have certain foods that my body doesn't take well to. I have certain hormonal issues. I suffered from adrenal failure, so there are certain things I shouldn't be doing and eating. And I really do think that the future of nutrition will be very individual and personalized. I hope
so, yeah.
And that is why it's so confusing. One thing doesn't work for other people. Certain body types, for instance, like when I work with my training clients, certain body types do better on a high carb diet, some on high fat. Like that's why you really have to learn to really tune into your own body and figure out what works for you, and really listen to it. And it goes back to, like, how are you feeling?
Yeah.
When you eat that thing, are you feeling tired and lethargic and cranky? You probably shouldn't eat it. Are you gaining weight? Are you losing weight? Like, just really pay attention to your own body because it is so individual.
Yeah.
And you could probably, like, she suffers from lymphedema, and it's like, God, you
I
probably
can't eat
could
anything. Like, if I want. Here's the thing. Inflammation is my life. Like, that's what lymphedema is. I don't know if you're familiar. So dairy, refined carbs, processed foods, gluten, like I have to stay away from everything.
Yeah, which all of those I do recommend most people try and limit in generally anyways. Yeah.
But it's just like,
yeah, it's tough.
It's so hard. I'm right now, I'm pretty much back to gluten-free. I would say 80-20. That's my goal, always 80-20.
Me too.
But I'm still like, I can't get away from the grains. And it's just, to me, to my body, how I feel is like any grain affects me kind of the same.
Yeah.
Oh, the struggle, man.
Oh, the struggle.
It
so
is
tough.
No, honestly, I'm sitting here looking at you and I'm like so bummed out because I went and bought these wheat tortilla things thinking that I'm doing, they're 120 calories and I can fill them with like some protein, and like I get my, cut up cucumbers and tomato and like roll it up and I've got like a little, and you're sitting there like that face right now of like, Deanna, throw them away. Just throw them away.
I don't even focus on calories or
good.
anything like that. I just focus on whole foods.
They have so many good tortillas that
you
can get that are gluten-free.
Siete tortillas have you ever had Siete?
I have.
They're made from almond flour, casaba flour, coconut flour.
I've had I think I had one. It was like, oh my gosh, now I can't even remember. What do they make hummus out of?
Chickpeas.
It was chickpea.
Yeah.
A chickpea tortilla.
Or even if you like, if you shop at Trader Joe's or whatever, just make sure they do have sprouted grain tortillas.
Okay.
Sprouted is the key because that unlocks the nutrients from the grain. If they're not sprouted, you're not really getting any of the nutrients from the grain.
I gotcha.
But you can still eat like a bag of corn chips if you're gluten free, and it has the same effect. So
and corn is one of the most toxic things in this country.
Don't have corn.
Clear
so no corn, nothing good for you.
Corn.
Speaking of no corn, let's talk about our sponsor this week. So hopefully Sierra isn't rolling her eyes at this. Do you know the Arbonne product?
I don't know much about them.
So Arbonne is vegan. It's cruelty free. It's gluten free. It's soy free.
Love that.
So for me, I I liked this product because, well, what got me into it was the protein powder, because I really only do vegan, plant-based protein powder. It is low glycemic. There is some real sugar in the protein and these fizz sticks. But you know, it's not minimal, though. It's pretty minimal. It, like I said, it's low glycemic. So if you are diabetic, you can in fact use. I'm going to give it to our in-house nutritionist right now. And no, tell me. No, I want her to look at that. And because
actually, this actually looks pretty good. And good. The fact that this ingredient list is so short, that is key. But it's good. Like flaxseed, stevia. The only thing I don't like is sunflower oil, but everything else it's not bad. Compared to a lot of them that have like a mile-long list of ingredients. Right. Stay away from those.
Well, this is our lovely sponsor, and if you would like any Arbonne product, we have our beautiful rep here.
It's skincare as well. And again, it's like, I just think it's really important, not just like what we're putting into our bodies, but what we're putting on our bodies. And it's all botanically based ingredients. Yep. You know, so.
That's a huge thing, too. When I was working with my functional medicine doctor, my toxic metals tests were through the roof.
It's insane.
Really? Oh yeah, because everything I put on my body, I have not cleaned up that aspect of my life
Literally
yet.
Everything.
Like even your cleaning supplies, everything that you use in your house, your shampoo, your lotions, it's filled with toxic chemicals.
Great.
I know.
No wonder why.
So that's why
it's true.
Me as your Arbonne consultant.
There you go. If you, Carmen Renee, get at her at Eat the Cake too. DM her if you want some product, y'all.
I'm actually really glad that you were like, okay, because I was a little bit. I mean, I believe in the product and I've done a lot of research, but you know, everyone has their own, and I feel like that you're super educated. So
that's actually a pretty good product. Also.
I have not bought cleaning detergent for my house because I went on Pinterest, which is my faves, and I either oranges, lemons, or grapefruits. I put them in a mason jar, fill it with white vinegar, seal it, keep it for 2 weeks, and then pour that into a spray bottle, and it's literally the citrus white vinegar, and that's what I use to clean the house.
That's
now.
Smart.
That's so awesome. I haven't been buying like Windex or any of that kind of stuff, and I mean, I'm trying. So that's one step. It's like, no, I'm not going to buy that cleaning stuff anymore. Like if you know, something goes on with one of the dogs or something, I'll use that to clean up. And it's, you know, my husband's like, I smell the vinegar. And I'm like, shut up. Like, it's healthy.
I feel like vinegar, like my mom, how I grew up, my mom used vinegar to clean everything.
But it's smart.
Days. You really should. Like, totally should go back. If you guys have a question, we have like she's a very knowledgeable woman. You should be calling in 818-570-5085. Call in and ask away your questions, because I am learning so much. Like, I'm honestly going to throw my tortillas away when I get home and just deal with it.
I can come to your house and read
I'd actually be afraid for you to come to the house because I live with two people who are this big.
So they can eat anything.
Yeah,
but still, they need to realize what they're doing internally to themselves.
But they can't.
Let's talk about that, because I think I hate when we do that. Like, I do it too. You know what I mean? My boyfriend is constantly trying to gain weight. I'm constantly really watching what I eat.
Yeah.
And I really try to sympathize with him, because I know that, you know, trying to gain is just as hard as trying to lose for people who can't.
I would love that freaking problem.
But I tell you, I think we need to stop saying, like, you know, oh, she needs to go eat a burger, or oh, she can eat anything, she has a good metabolism, because you shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't. Absolutely, because you don't understand what's happening internally. Like, we have a cancer epidemic in this country, and you have to keep in mind, cancer is like 5% genetic, so it really has everything to do with our lifestyle and what we're putting in ourselves. Like, you may be fine right now, but 10 years down the road, if you're not taking care of yourself, stress wise, nutrition wise, movement wise, it's going to come back to bite you in the ass. You know, you really it's and that's, you have to think long term when it comes to your nutrition, truly. Like, and you have to understand, like, the food that you're eating, that's fuel for everything in your body. You know, your hair, your skin, your nails, your mind, everything. So
when was the last time you had a piece of cake? Tell the truth.
Oh, I'm definitely follow like the 80-20 rule. So I'll have pizza and burgers, but I just try to really, my thing is like, let's not try and focus on eliminating all the bad stuff, but putting more good stuff in our body. And that's why I say, at your meal, try and focus on at least half of your plate being plant-based and veggies and all the good whole foods. And then you can build from there. But when you try and go all in, it's really overwhelming.
And I just don't think it's like, sustainable. You know what I mean? As a long term, like these are we have to start using the L word instead of the D word. Like, make this your lifestyle, don't make this your diet.
Yeah.
Because diets don't work.
Yeah, they do not. No. None of them work.
No.
I want to talk a little bit about, how do you define health?
Well, I think it's health is very individual. But for me, I think when people think health, they think just body. And that's what I really, I had like posted this on my Instagram. It's like, you can eat all the kale you want, you can do all the yoga you want, but if you're not healthy in your mind and your heart and your soul, you're still unhealthy. And I think that's what really people have to understand. So it's like, are you healthy in a 360 mind, body, soul way? And that's the first thing I look at when I sit down with clients. Even it's like, what's happening in your life? What stressors are you dealing with? What's the hard stuff you're dealing with right now? And how can we confront that face on? Because the nutrition and the training are just ancillary pieces of your health. They really are. Those are just like bonuses to help you get to where you need to go. But that's why internally you've really got to focus on what's happening inside first. And that's where my entire program, what that is all about. You know, it's really, we're just walking around unconsciously, like soaking up all these negative thoughts and and holding on to all these stories we've told ourselves, and constantly comparing ourselves, and we just don't realize that all of that is manifesting in our body in a very negative, unhealthy way. Yeah. So, you know, you can go to the gym all you want, you can eat all the healthy food that you want, but if you're not well inside, you're never going to be truly healthy. So for me, health is really like a holistic 360 thing. And I think that's more and more people, like self-love right now is so trendy, and mindfulness, but it's so trendy, and it almost to the point where it's become cliche because people don't really know what self-love means or mindfulness. It's just, you don't go read a self-help book and then all of a sudden you're like, yay, I love myself, I'm perfect. Like, it's a constant daily battle that you're dealing with.
Well, and we also we went to an event recently where you know, there was a body positivity panel, and it wasn't that at all. Yeah. And it was, you know, we both were a bit frustrated, and we were like, you know, I don't know what's going on here. So we struggled with that a little bit, but
I just think it has to be so much deeper. Like you're 100%. Saying, it's not saying, oh, I love myself. But do you, like, you know what I mean? Are you making practices to, like you said, clear the negativity that we are that's shoved down our throat every single day? Are you saying, I love myself as I am today, not, you know, well, I would like to change this because I think I'd be cuter, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Well, I think you need to love yourself where you are right now, but love yourself enough to act and do all those things to really take care of yourself. Like, loving yourself in every stage of your journey is so important. Like, I may not be where I want to be right now when it comes to my health and wellness goals, but you have to learn to love yourself through the entire process. Like, I love myself so much that I'm going to put these steps in action to give myself the chance at my healthiest and happiest life. Right. You know, becoming stagnant with your growth is where a lot of us suffer. You know, like, this is just how I am. This is just going to how I'm going to be. So I learn to love myself just as I am right now, which you should. But
a lot of people would argue that then that isn't self-love, or that isn't if you're not comfortable. So I guess this is my question. Are you saying that you have to always have goals for your body?
No.
You know what I mean? Like, what's the danger in being stagnant? Like, there's a lot of people who will always be. First of all, I watched the Mr. Rogers documentary this weekend.
I haven't seen it yet.
And he was 143 pounds his entire life. That's stagnant. You know what I mean?
Well, I'm not talking stagnant in terms of like how much you weigh and what your body looks like. I'm talking about like if you, I have so many clients that are just like, well, this is just how my body is. This is like, but they're not trying to get better. They're not trying to feed their body with the right things. They're just, they chalk it up to, well, I have bad metabolism. Well, I have, this runs in my family. Like, and so, and I think that it's not even just when it comes to your body, it's just in general. We're so good at putting ourselves in a box and rigidly defining who we are in every aspect of our life. We are, we have to stop doing that because like if we saw ourselves as one big possibility, things would change for us. You know, just it even when you think about like your life circumstances and what you've been dealt, just because you've been given those circumstances doesn't mean you can't rise above. You know, it's like we just have to stop putting ourselves in a box.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of people are doing. Like you can change.
Because that's how we're.
It's easier.
You know, it's like embedded in us. I mean, our whole lives, all we're doing is checking boxes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like literally, just check the box, and it's like, well, that's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I think even not to like really, you know, bring up Arbonne again, but I remember one of the
Good
the
segue.
women said, no, there's one of the VPs. She's like, we're not taught to like be entrepreneurs or to go get something. We're taught to, you know, check the box. What do you want to be when you grow up? Oh, I'm going to be this. I'm going to work. I'm going to retire, and that will be it. It's like we're just it's comfortable. You know what I mean? It's comfortable to, well, I'm just like this, so I'm never going to, you know, run a marathon, so why try?
Yeah.
I'm listening to you guys, and I'm like, okay, what is self-love? What is that? And for me, I would define it as I wake up every day, and I strive to be better than the next day.
100%.
That's it.
And that's
like I'm listening to you guys, and I'm like,
so important.
That's it. That's all I want to do. Like, you know, I had a meeting today, and 2 weeks ago I emailed every agent in town my new headshots and my resume and cover letter, and a couple responded, and I was taking meetings, and today I decided on one, and I went and I met with her, and I decided, and I signed with an agent today, and I bettered myself. I got up. I walked that mountain today. I put good food, except for the tortillas, in my body. You know, I drank my water. I made a giant vat of green tea, and I have it iced in the fridge, and I've been trying to drink a lot of green tea. And
Not too much, though.
No, like a glass a day, you know, just to get more liquids in my body, because I have a problem getting like a lot of fluids in my body, and I don't want to put Diet Coke and coffee. So I was like, if I need a boost, instead of another cup of coffee, I'll do that. So, but that, if I had to define, for me, just me, self-love, is every day I get up and like I just strive to be better than I'm better than I was yesterday. I didn't have an agent. You know, I did work out. What was yesterday? Monday? Oh, I worked out. You know, I worked out. You know, whatever. I mean, I'm just saying, like, a little, and, you know, tomorrow will be great. Tomorrow, you know, I don't know. That's just
getting up and doing your best, because even
getting up and doing your best.
You can get yourself in trouble when you say better, because I also want us all to learn to have enough compassion with ourselves when some days are just off. When we just fall some days, and that is totally okay. Yeah. And I do believe growth is so important, but I also believe that it doesn't have to be a 24/7 thing. Yeah. Give yourself time to just live and breathe, and that is also part of growing. And like just being present and enjoying life. Like you don't always have to be constantly like, how can I grow today? What can I do? Like you got to enjoy the moment too. But again,
that's what Saturdays and Sundays are for. Yes, my boundaries of I'm not working unless I absolutely have to work, because maybe I just want to stay in bed and watch movies, because for me that's you know, that's like training, you know, so it's like that's important for me to watch my craft and
you need
do that.
Your relaxation,
but just to relax, like that's that too, you know, just finding that, you know, finding that balance. But I agree with you, let's change the word from better to every day get up and do my best. I love that. And I think that would be my definition as I'm hearing you guys roll around. It's not to be in a size 9 body for me. It's not to, it's like you said, it's got to be, I'm trying to stress less. I'm trying to love more. You know what I mean? Like be compassionate more understanding, have better communication, like all of that. Talk about how I feel, like, you know, engage, you know.
And that's the thing, there's always room for that. So I think we beat ourselves down so much, and we just need to learn to like love who we are, where we are right now, and appreciate it, and just know that we still have this endless possibility for growth. And that's beautiful. That's incredible. Like we're ever evolving creatures, and I think to just lean into that and want to grow is the most important thing.
I've always hated this statement, the sky is the limit. I'm like, what? There's like galaxies out there. Like, so I've always been like, I am limitless. It's been one of my things. It's like,
we're gonna get matching tattoos.
We totally are.
Say limitless.
Limitless. No, seriously, like it's just I've always hated that saying. When somebody said that, I'm like, what? You're like really shortchanging yourself with just the sky, buddy. You know, so it's that whole thing. But Yeah, it's an evolution. Like I wasn't this person 5 years ago.
Oh no,
I definitely wasn't this person 10 years.
6 months ago.
No, I really wasn't. And you've really seen it, and you've helped me, and this show has helped me. Like I say all the time, like the judgments that I used to have. Again, like I used to be that girl looking at another big girl, going, "She should not be wearing that. She looks crazy in that. What is she thinking? Like big girl to big girl, she shouldn't be in that." Who the fuck am I to say what she should be wearing if she's comfortable in that? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And if she's working it and she feels good, I need to show
when you have
mouth.
to evaluate like where those judgments are coming from for you too.
Yeah.
And I think that that's where awareness comes in. Like we judge ourselves, we judge other people, but when you really learn how to tune out the outside world, because we're just taught all of those things, truly. Right. Everything that we think about ourselves and what we should be doing, we're taught. So just for me, it's like, how do we shut out the outside world? Are you okay with you right now? That's all that matters.
Thank you.
You know?
I find myself often saying to people around me now, like they'll make a comment, I'll be like, "That's not nice." Like, I find myself saying that a lot, like to Manny too, who's like the nicest person ever, my husband. He'll like make a funny comment about something or somebody he sees, and I'm like, "Baby, that's not nice." You know what I mean? And I'm like, and he'll be like, "Oh, babe, I was just kidding, babe." And I'm like, still, it's not nice. Like, would you want somebody to ever say that about me or Tiziano or you or your mom or your dad or whatever? Like, it's just not nice. And
I want to get something before we run out of time.
Yeah, because we're about to run out of time.
Real honest opinion as the expert.
So,
you know, there's this whole thing around, you know, like seeing a body, like fat bodies, and just assuming that they're not healthy. And I want your real opinion on that. Like, I obviously have my opinion, Deanna has hers, but I think that, you know, if there are people who are confused watching, I just want to hear what you have to say.
I don't think that you can judge someone by the way that they look at all. I mean, there are definitely levels where I would say that you need to focus more on what you are putting on your body. Like, I do have a couple clients that they use that as an excuse, and because they put themselves in a box. They literally just like, this is just how I am. This is, you know, like, but I truly believe that we're all built so differently. And like, again, I don't think you can judge someone and their health by just looking at them. I think that there's probably a lot of internal things that are going on with everyone that we don't know. I mean, I have a lot of size 0 clients that have more health issues than my bigger clients, you know? And so that's why it's really, you really have to dive deeper to what's happening inside. I mean, I do think that there are a lot of health concerns with at a certain percentage of body fat. I truthfully, you know, those are issues, and I think that we should all really take that very seriously. But again, it's also like there are so many things, like, is your visceral fat? That's a huge thing. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but that's the fat surrounding your organs, and you can actually go get that tested. That's the serious step. I actually have a high amount of visceral fat because of genetics, and that's why I have to be careful with saturated fat. I could probably have a heart attack any day, and people would look at me. No, like, I'm just saying, if I didn't take care of myself and if I didn't know that, and it doesn't matter what size I am,
right?
You know, so I think you do have to be conscious of body weight. I just truthfully and honestly, but your size and your weight does not determine your actual health at all.
Right. It's on record.
Yeah, it is on record. But I do think that we need to really, really do our best to take care of our bodies, because again, it is a gift. It is here to it is here to help serve us and to help us do all the things that we want to do in this life. So it's our greatest tool, and we have to do everything that we can to take care of it. So
I on that note, we didn't do our quote today.
Be positive. Here's our Be Positive segment. Let's go, girl.
And this was in honor of you, Sierra, and us too. But it says, eat like you love yourself, move like you love yourself, speak like you love yourself, act like you love yourself.
It's awesome.
Love that.
That's awesome. And if we all did that, we would, maybe that's the definition of healthy.
Yeah.
Like, what's healthy? I eat like I love myself. I move like I love myself. I speak like I love myself. And I, what is it? Act like I love myself. Like, what's healthy? There you go. There's your definition.
Boom.
Boom. Okay, so really quickly, if you are interested in any of the Arbonne products, hit Carmen up, give them the email. Carmen Renee Smith @gmail.com. Oh, you all have her government now.
Or you could just DM me, obviously
at
Eat the Cake too, and just, you know what I mean, like, invest in yourself a little bit. Do something nice for your skin, even if it's not the nutrition aspect. Like, we're literally just putting toxins into our body every single day.
So this is a product that doesn't have that. Now SierraNielsen.com.
Yeah.
And then again,
and you have your self-love.
So actually, if any of you guys are listening right now, this week I'm running a free self-love challenge. It's really quick, 15 minutes a day, a quick self-love exercise and a quick workout. And that this is a lead up to I'll be relaunching my 8-week Mind, Body, Soul program October 1st.
Nice.
So if you are interested in that, you can go ahead and check that out and sign up to be on the wait list for that.
I love it. Oh, that's fun. And it's just this weekend. What do we do? Just follow you? I mean, I follow you on Instagram anyway, but you'll be posting it on Instagram.
No, it's a private challenge. You only get you have to sign up for it, and I email you the challenge. It is an Instagram challenge, so everyone that's doing it right now they're posting their journeys online.
Oh, okay.
So you can win a bunch of prizes up to $1,000 in cash.
Whoa.
And a bunch of other prizes. So but in order to be a part of that, you have to sign up, and then I privately email you the challenge.
And so how do they sign up for that?
They can go to SierraNielsen.com/self-love challenge.
Self-love challenge.
On my bio, I have the link as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bang, bang. Do that. Okay, so we have one more show left next week. This season.
People are freaking out that we're not coming back.
We're coming back, you guys. Just to let you guys know.
We're like the Kardashians.
Yeah.
We have seasons.
We need to take a break. But next week we have the 2 lovely ladies from the Plus Bus are going to be here. We have a very big announcement next week.
Which I'm just going to say the Plus Bus is like the first plus size consignment shop.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know if it is in the world, but it is.
There's one around here. So yes, shout out to the Plus Bus. They're going to be here next week as our guests. We have we are ending season 1 next week, but
with a huge announcement.
With a huge announcement. We have some really amazing events coming up October, November, December, and we have a different type of segment that we're going to do, not on LA Talk Radio, but something different. So we're going to be announcing all of that next week, and we love you guys, and we're so happy that you tuned in.
Thank you,
and
so
thank you
much for being here. This was so educational and
anytime.
Amazing.
You guys just
as soon as I have like bucket loads of money, I'm gonna just be my coach.
Just be my life coach.
Just be my coach. Just tell me how to like live and breathe.
I got you, girl. Don't worry.
Just tell me what to do. But for now, I'm just gonna do my hike around my neighborhood and feel like I'm amazing. Yeah. Actually, I just got 2. We have another minute, so I can keep talking. But I got Crunch Fitness sent me this thing like 10 free days at Crunch, and like I've decided that I get one of those from like a different gym every few weeks. So I'm just gonna go
start doing the
That's
trials.
what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to Crunch. I'm gonna do 10 days. When that ends, I'm gonna go over to LA Fitness. Then when that ends, I'm gonna go to Gold's.
Planet
and then
Fitness is like $10 a month.
But that's what I'm saying. But why should I pay if they're giving it to me for free?
It's like 40.
It
adds up.
Yeah, it adds up.
It's 40.
Hello.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm a member.
Yeah.
I'm a member at a lot of gyms.
Anyway, I'm coming for you, Crunch Fitness. I'll be there. But anyway, I'm like, okay, I'll add that because you need to switch up the workouts.
Hey, Crunch Fitness, you could sponsor us too.
Yeah.
Like get on it. But I don't know. Hey, listen, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud that I'm getting back on and like doing my thing, and like it's amazing that in 6 days I feel better.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. So that's why I'm like, okay, I need Crunch Fitness because maybe I should go like hit the bag a little and like do something different, get on the elliptical.
Yeah, you gotta switch it up. You gotta keep. Otherwise, you'll fall off. You gotta keep it.
I can't just keep walking up the same hill, even though it's a bitch of a hill. It is a bitch. It's like I'm walking up and I'm like, I can't breathe right now, but it's all good.
Okay, guys. We're gonna get out of here before Deanna keeps on going up the hill.
You go up that hill, girl.
You take.
I'm taking my Arbonne.
You take a little Arbonne chicken. Leave us alone. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. Tune in next week. Okay.